Hey guys, welcome to Kitaholic Kits YouTube channel. It's Corrine here today and I've got some project life for you. This video is a little bit longer than normal. I haven't done a lot of project life videos, so I try to leave as much as I can in for you, and that's why I tend to save single page weeks for it, but my single page week only went for 10 minutes, so I added another one and now it's 17 minutes for both pages. Not too long really, but a little bit longer than normal. So I hope you guys like it. Okay, getting stuck in. This is week 14. I'm not actually up to week 14, I'm up to week 11, but I have the Cocoa Vanilla Kit from last month that I want to use for 11, 12 and 13. So I've started off with week 14 with this kit. Sometimes this is inevitable and it happens, and I just need to record a couple of weeks ahead, so I try not to do it too much though, because otherwise I'd never go back. I get too excited and move forward with the new kits. So anyway, I know that I have week 11 on there, but I sorted it out and realised it was week 14 when I went to put the dates on. Thank goodness. So just using my roller stamp here to stamp the dates onto a label. This tends to be a weekly running thing, like all of my title cards have a label with the dates for the week on them. And it's been like that since I started Project Life in 2017. I just find that you know, it's nice to run. I mean, it's nice to evolve and change your style and everything, but it's also nice to have something that runs through albums to correlate them together. I don't know, I like that. I tend to just gravitate towards it, and it works for me. So, and you know, got to use the labels. They're in the kit for a reason. So that's what I do. It's just something that I use every week through my layouts in my Project Life album to tie them all together in some way. So starting on this week, this was a pretty big week. Lots of things happened. Callum had a week off work because he had holidays, so we did a lot of stuff together, obviously. Heidi, my daughter, got her first superstar or star of the week certificate at school. We had Uncle Ben's birthday, we had Easter hat parade, so a lot of things all happened this week. So, luckily Easter fell on the next week. Lucky. Anyway, so back to this, and next week's 3 or so pages long as well. It's a full-on week. But, you know, I'd rather use these photos in this way. Sometimes I try to cull the amount of photos that I'm using because, I mean, you take a lot more than you need most of the time, and you've got to figure out what is the biggest priority that you want to portray in your album and everything like that. So I've started to do that. I used to just print all of the photos because I couldn't help myself. I couldn't prioritize which was better, which I wanted to document. I just wanted to scrap them all because to me all of them are important. That's why I take the photos. So anyway, I've started to cull that back a little bit, more so not leaving a whole event out as such, but maybe just picking my favorite photos from the event and either deleting the old ones or just leaving them. I have iCloud. I pay for it for a reason because we ended up losing 2015, 2016 of Heidi's life, and all of 2017 as well. So it was just lucky that I Project Life 2017, so I have all of those photos from that year on my but the other 2 I don't. So I will never go without iCloud again. So learn from my lesson. Don't lose your photos. Don't lose your memories. It really sucks. So anyway, getting on with it. I am probably going to ramble a bit in this just because it is so long. So I hope that you're ready for that and you're excited. So anyway, I have this thing where I have to add something to every photo. Now you don't have to do that. I don't know why I have to do it. It's just something I have to do. I want it to be a reflection of me and my work. So when I put a card that is pre-made into an album, so you like that, completely and perfectly and incandescently happy, that one there, that blue one, if I didn't add something to it, it would feel like it wasn't made by me. And so that's why I add something to every card. You don't have to do that. Your album is your album. Your style is your style, and it's all good. But for me, this is just what I have to do. It only has to be a little bit, and I tend to like to add borders. I really struggled with those cards. I'm getting better at them, but for that reason exactly, that I felt like I had to add something to them. And sometimes there's, not a lot of room to add something, or the design isn't calling for something to be added. It's made to be pre-made. That's the whole point of it. So I'm slowly learning, getting better at it. And but usually it is an ink splatter or a spray splatter that I will add, and a doodly border without fail. Usually that, maybe some wood veneer, maybe some enamel dots, just something little to add something. So there's a lot of journaling added on this page. I feel like I haven't done enough journaling of my photos and stuff in the past. I know that some photos you look at and you know what it's about and all of that stuff. I understand that. But I just feel like I'm not writing enough down. And a lot of the times it's, one, because I don't like writing. I'm not a very good storyteller when it comes to writing. I muddle through words. It doesn't make some sense sometimes. Whatever, sometimes I don't like my writing on things because it can be a little bit messy, and sometimes I love it. It's kind of frustrating, but once I've put it on there, it's hard to take back off, so I tend to just leave it away for most of the time. But I've made a deal with myself that I want to try and start journaling more in my spreads, in my project life, more so than anything else. Don't mind my silly cat here. He's got a scratch on his back. He pulled out a clump of hair. He's fine. Nothing wrong with him. But as you can see, it's cold and he needed a cuddle. This is Diego. And I will take him off in a minute when I'm finished doing this card. I'm sorry that you can't see, but when you're in the groove, and I was pushing to get this video done and everything for the deadline, and I just pushed through and kept going. So I'll take him off now and I'll give him a cuddle, and then I start on my next page, because that was the end. So I'm just going through and I'm sorting out some of the cards. I'm just following along on my project life, so I can see what I'm doing, because if I don't keep the project in front of me while I'm doing the voiceover, then sometimes I can't see because there's a big box in the way in the editing stuff. So anyway, getting on with it. So now I'm documenting Uncle Ben's birthday. He had 2 cakes because he was extra special this year, I suppose. And I've started doing this too. Usually I would just leave them in the pockets until I move on to that card. But I'm going through and I stick down all of the photos, and then I come back and embellish all at once. It seems to be easier that way. I think it's like a production line, right? So if you do all of the gluing down at once, then it's all done. So then you come back and you're in the groove of embellishing, and you embellish all at once. So for me, this has started to run a lot smoothly. And except for this card where I kind of got a little bit further involved than I intended to start with. But anyway. So I'm getting on with this card now, and I stuck that down. Silly me. And then I decided to pull it up because I didn't, because this Kaiser Craft paper is out of the 6 by 6.5 by 6.5 paper pad. It is glossy, so I couldn't write my journaling directly onto it. So I had to find a journaling spot, and there is so many big tags and journaling things in this kit. They came out of that Heidi Swap Journal It, or something like that. I can't remember what they're called, sorry. But it came out of that anyway, and it, yeah, they're really good. They're good for Project Life, they're good for 12 by 12 layouts, they're good for TNs, all the journal spots. And I find that with the labels that we get in kit, sometimes there's, like, they're really good, but sometimes there's not big enough for what I'm looking for. So this was really good to help with that. So onto this card now. I'm not going to do too much to it. I'm just going to use my thickers to write brothers, which you will see in a minute, because that's Uncle Ben and Callum. So yeah, so I'm umming a lot today. It's getting to the end of the video, and I'm starting to run out of things to talk about. Never would that happen. But anyway, I've got a little sick chook at home today. She's been unwell. She's been a bit sick. She's been in bed sleeping all day. It's been extremely quiet. I went looking for her before, and I found her in bed asleep, which is very unlike her. So I hope she's better soon. And now we're moving on to the Easter Bonnet Parade. And it was a really good kit for Easter time, because that Amy Tangerine ephemera pack and the Amy Tangerine sticker book all had little brown and grey bunnies in. And they were the perfect little embellishments for this month, for Easter, for this. And I've used almost all of them because I'm documenting Easter. And normally, I've got a little stash of Easter stuff in my stash, but I have never scrapbooked Easter photos. I don't know. I just get slack. I don't scrapbook Christmas either. It's really bad. It's really slack of me. I've got no. I think I've got 5 Christmas layouts that I've ever scrapbooked. 12 by 12 I'm talking about. I've got Project Life and I've got December Daily, but nothing else. So it was really good that I could actually scrap Easter, which is exciting. It motivated me. It made me excited and inspired, and I just ran with it. So this was one of the circles, the chipboard circles that I had left over from my layout last week. I think I painted 3 last week, and I only ended up using 2 or something along those lines. And I thought, I'll use this on something else. And I found something. So I was going to add a layer behind the photo because it's black and the paper in the back is black as well. It just needed something to draw the picture to the front a little bit. So I was going to add a layer behind it of the pink paper, and then I thought, no, there's a lot of pink on this line and around this area, so let's try and add something else. And then I saw that frame and I thought, this is perfect. And it really, really is. I love this card. So I'm just going to add some flowers to it. That little gold craft one was one that I chopped off the top photo one, whatever you want to call it. Sorry, sometimes my words don't come out. And it's a funny photo of my silly cat, Fry. He's watching the fish in the fish bowl. He drives us insane. He's killed 3 of our fish, I think. He killed Fecky, and yes, we name our fish after Sharkies players, because that's who we go for in the NRL. So he's killed a few, and this one now that we have is Doogs. So we have to watch him constantly when he's up there. They drink out of the fish bowl. We can't stop them. We've covered it up, and we've, tried to smack them on the bum and spray them with water, and they love the taste of the fish water, so whatever. As long as they're drinking right. So we just let him go now, but we have to keep an eye on him because he does try to catch the fish, and he's a really funny cat. Like he's a shy, playful cat, so he won't play in front of people, and he won't play with anybody, and he only likes to play with the other cats and in the garden by himself, like he's a closet player or something. So he gets really embarrassed when you catch him, and it's super funny. So I had to scrap this photo because it makes me laugh every time I look at him. And I'm almost finished. I can't believe it. I'm just going to add my journaling to this page, and I'm sorry I didn't talk about the layout very much, but I hope you've enjoyed my voiceover anyway, and all of my stories and stuff that come along with it. And thank you for watching. As always, there'll be photos at the end, and I think I'm almost finished anyway. Thanks, guys. Bye. Sorry, I got far too excited for the ending of the video. I have this one last card left to do, and as I said before, I'm just going to outline it, and I just add some enamel dots, just a quick and easy one at the end. I did try a couple of things, couldn't figure out what to put on there, so that was it. So thanks for watching again. I'll see you later. Bye.